Hello everyone and welcome back to Hajways, your go-to channel for walking vlogs and urban explorations. And today we are taking a beautiful and insightful walk through Salford, discovering its historical landmarks, modern developments and hidden gems. If you love city walks, this is your go-to channel. And look at this grand King Edward VII statue, standing here as a symbol of British monarchy's impact on Salford. King Edward VII, who reigned between 1901 and 1910, was known for modernizing the British Navy and fostering good relations between countries. The statue pays a homage to his contributions. Yeah, so if you love the city walks and history, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button and drop a comment below so that I can come back to you in writing after the end of this video. So we are going to cross to the other end, and our aim is to go down the Adelphi Street. That's where the buses are passing by, that junction. Go all the way down and try to explore this area, which is a residential area behind the Chapel Street, which I've called the Chapel Street, and the residential area surrounding where we are. So this is Chapel Street and Crescent on our left hand side, and if we go all the way down to the left, that will take us to the Salford University and the Peel Park, where we have been before. So if you've not watched that video, please go and watch those two videos. They are really nice videos. So now as we cross over to Adelphi Street, we come across a classic local favorite, the Old Pint Pot Pub, which is the one on our left hand side. And this spot is a go-to for locals and visitors, offering great food, drinks and a chilled atmosphere. And if it's your first time here, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, which goes by the name of Hajways. And on our right hand side, this building here, I was almost forgetting to mention, that was the Salford Hospital, one of the most important medical centers in this area back in the day. It is now it has been reimagined, and there are modern residential apartments, but its heritage still echoes through its preserved structure. This is a perfect example of how Salford is embracing the old and the new. And you can see the mix now right behind the what used to be the Salford Hospital. These houses or townhouses here are brand new. They've not been here for long. You can even tell the difference. The brick, they've not been here for long. Even the design is totally different as if you compare them to the regular houses in multiple neighborhoods that we've visited. And further down, as you can see, there are many residential apartment buildings that they have erected in this area, and I believe more are still to come, because there's some open land here. We are going to see it. So this is Cleminson Road, and on our left hand side, this open ground here is a car park that belongs to the Salford University, and this area is a hub for students as well in this city. The car parking, I think it closes around 8 p.m. in the evening. So make sure if you've parked in there, you remove your car before the end of the day, because otherwise you would have to probably make arrangements for alternative means of transport. It's a very quiet corner of this neighborhood. I've never heard of any incidents around this area, but you know, from my experience, it is a very quiet place. And right here we see this historical building, and ahead of us, this is called actually the Ecomb Plaza. And this building that we have on our right hand side is the old courthouse. And this building played a crucial role in Salford's legal history, witnessing some of the city's most notable trials and civic decisions. And now it stands here as a historic landmark, surrounded by some modern buildings as well, and developments. There's a lot going on around here. And towards the end there, that's a church that we're going to see. We'll pass by right now to have a look and see what it looks like. But first of all, we're going to catch views of this area. You can see how the new and the old have merged perfectly. The neighborhood is quiet. You can see that we've not even met a single soul since we started walking. It is very quiet. It's a Sunday morning, and there is no one in the street. Very clean, and all these structures that we have here that have the light grey brick are actually new builds. So the architecture is changing a bit as compared to the previous one, the previous houses that we've seen in different neighborhoods. Look at that structure or that statue there in the back. It's beautiful, simple but elegant. So let's continue walking to explore this area. I don't know what, drop a comment down here and let me know what you think about this neighborhood, what you've seen so far. And this is the church that we were seeing from behind as we came through the old court. So let's have a look and see what it looks from the front side of it. We won't go inside, but we're just going to do a walkthrough, stand in front and see what it has to offer. And this church actually is called the St. Philip's Chapel Street Church, a significant religious and architectural landmark. The church was built in the early 19th century and has served as a place of worship and community gatherings for generations. It's known for its impressive Georgian architecture and strong historical presence here in Salford. And still just a few meters away, you can see at the far end there's another church which we have seen before. It's along the chapel street. We've seen it before, so we're not going to go there again today. So as we walk through these streets, you'll notice the mix, as I said before, of historic houses and new townhouses. Salford urban planning retains its traditional charm while adapting to modern housing needs. Look at this. So on this end, we don't have as many towers, but we have these small townhouses, which I think they have met this decision because there are more houses here than the apartment buildings. So probably they've decided they didn't want to knock these ones down to pave way for the high towers, the high-rise buildings. And so they decided to move. But when you cross to the other side, let's just walk just a bit so that you can see what I'm talking about. If you walk to the far end and right opposite the chapel street, which is the main road at the junction here, the structures are totally different. The story there has changed, and it's from all the way down at the beginning of the chapel street and all the way up to the Crescent area. So this is it. If you look further down, you see it's all apartment buildings that have been erected here. And if we turn to the right, in the front, the same thing. And on the right-hand side there, opposite where we are standing, it's the same story. So this area has been totally changed, as opposed to the area that we're trying to explore today. And if you follow this road all the way down, it will bring you to the town center. Literally, it will take you to the Blackfriars Road. And then if you go all the way up, it brings you to the Green Quarter, which is next to the town center. Look at that. But it's got its own beauty. The area has changed. It looks beautiful, and I think it was worth the try, and they can accommodate more people as opposed to these houses, because there is a shortage in housing, they say. So the more we have in terms of these high-rise buildings around here, the better. And they're quite practical in terms of the people who are commuting into Manchester, or they're walking around here in Salford or in the Spinningfield area. They're quite near, so you can if you live here, you can walk to the Manchester city centre. It's going to take you about 20 minutes to get there, to the probably the council or the city, St. Peter's Square as it's called. It won't take you long. Now we are back to the neighbourhood that is what we are exploring today. And just before we ended the video, I just wanted us to walk around here and just have a feeling of, what this place looks like in here. It's beautiful. I bet this plaza here, which I've actually searched for the name, and I've not found the name, so I don't know what's the history behind this monument that we have here in front of us, and inscriptions or anything that could point to why it is here or what it is meant for, or if it's a dedication to something, a memorial. So yeah, I've tried to research but could not find anything. But despite that fact, it's a beautiful and simple monument. So let's walk further down. Now I think the area where they have built the new townhouses now is over. So these are the typical houses that have been here for a while. But let's explore and see what it looks like. So if it's your first time here, please take a minute and subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, drop me a short comment so that I can come back to you in writing, and to thank you, which is what I normally do. And Salford, even though we've said that it is just close by, it is well connected in terms of transport. It's well connected with bus routes, multiple bus routes, because there are important places around here. You know, I spoke of the university, which is not far away from where we are. You can walk, but if you're coming from different places or different areas of Manchester or Salford, you might want to take a bus there. So yes, there's plenty of buses going all the way down. The tram stations and train stations as well. The Salford Central is just a stone throw away from where we are, and we've passed by there once as well. Maybe one day, I don't know if it's worth it, but I might decide to go into the train station and be able to show you how. I might do a series of the train stations actually, so I can do the Piccadilly, the Victoria Station, and maybe the Salford Central. So because of how well it is connected, it makes it easy to commute to Manchester city centre and in and out. So whether you are visiting for a day or considering moving here, Salford offers history, culture, and a thriving community. And as I said, the planning, the urban planning is very, very practical, very, very practical. And most of the areas in Salford is a very, very big town, and depending on the area that you live or you visit in Salford, it can be very quiet, and you know, as opposed to a few pockets here and there, just like in any other big cities or towns, which might be a bit, let's say, conflictive, but most of it will actually be peaceful places to either live or visit. It's a cold morning today, by the way. Not extremely, but it is. However, it has not been as bad as the other few weeks when I had to walk, you know, around and it was frozen. Yeah, it's a good morning to take a walk around here, and you know, this is practically doing exercise as we enjoy and discover, and I share these places with you. Look at this. I love these houses. I really, really love them. And the place is well connected as well in terms of local amenities. So you have supermarkets, banks, schools, and name it. So you won't have any problem if you decided to come to live here, for example. And that brings us to a full circle. I hope you have enjoyed this walk or walking tour of Salford with me. A city full of history, culture, and change. Do not forget to hit on that like and button, subscribe, and share this video. Tell me in the comment section which part of Salford's history has fascinated you the most. And until next time, this is Hajways signing off. Thank you for spending this time here with me today.